In all this, what is the authentic Indian position? If I could put it so as a fellow citizen, who are we?
Who are we? I would say maybe there are 3-4 dimensions which are important to understand India. First of all, the global south, the decolonization, because it is impossible to appreciate India's global positions without being cognizant of the colonial history. Because when you have lost your independence and struggle to recover it, there is a whole mindset which comes with it. So I would say very definitely global south is one. 2, democratic. Our choice in the 1940s to become a modern democratic polity, I argue we draw on our own traditions in that regard. To be a democratic polity, to be a market economy, to be a society which respects faiths, I think this is also a very important part of our DNA. Sometimes even we in India take it a bit for granted, but many of our positions take this into account. Third, I would argue that in a way we have navigated, adapted to a world which has not always been kind to us, which has not always been accommodating at us. But we have, in that sense, developed a certain skill of which you make some reference, but a way of really, I would call it both a tactical skill but a long view. That we have not a 5-year, 10-year necessarily horizon and understanding of ourselves. And for today, as the most populous country in the world, as the 5th largest economy of the world, perhaps 3rd by the end of this decade, in various other domains you can see, we are still doing more, we are contributing more. I think the idea of a multipolar world, and where India itself is concerned, to think of how to become a leading power at some point of time. I think these are the global south character, the democratic character, the adapting long view aspect, and a multipolar world towards which we are working. I think if you keep these in mind, a lot of what we do in different situations would make sense. Now, you put your question in a certain way. I understand why you want to elicit a certain reply from me. But I want you to think back, because you began by saying 23, 24, 25, how has it changed? I would argue many of the positions we took in 23 and 24 on this very platform, which at that time were not necessarily liked, today have stood the test of time.